Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a topic video on how I review my comics. And the person who recommended this was Eric Simmons, so if you want to go check out his channel, you can go in the description below, and there will be a link for his channel. And of course, if you guys have any topic videos, please tell me in the comments below, and if I answer them, that means in a couple of weeks it'll either be on DarkAvengerINC or Comic Uno, because I double dose my topic videos. Usually for DarkAvengerINC, I have them every Sunday, and for Comic Uno, I have them every Thursday. So please recommend in the comments below, and yeah, check out those topic videos. But let's talk about this topic, which is how I review my comics. So I'm going to talk about video setup and all that, so if you want to be a reviewer, this hopefully will help you. So what do I do when I read my comics, I guess? I do make a list of what I liked and what I disliked. So here's an example. I won't give this week's example because there's not a lot of comics. I'll give last week as an example, and I think the Comic Uno episode really helps me because I organize it to best pick of the week to worst pick of the week and everything in the middle. So that really helps me of like, oh, I like this issue better, and like kind of have a gut feeling what you liked and what you disliked more. So here's an example of that. Is from last week. So Amazing Spider-Man was my pick of the week, and that was 5 stars. But of course we have stuff that are the same grade, so Daredevil also got 5 stars, but I felt Amazing Spider-Man in my gut was better, so I gave it higher. So yeah, there are things that get the same grade, but doesn't mean it's, I guess, the same liking. So there could be a 4-star, a really high 4-star, almost to a 4.5, but then there's a low 4-star where it almost didn't make 4 stars. So that's kind of an example of how I grade stuff. So 5 stars, I would say, I don't know, now we have like a yellow Technicolor going on my camera. Hopefully that changes. But, yeah, 5 stars pretty much means it was epic. I loved the issue, something I definitely would read again. Art was perfect, story was perfect. That's pretty much what 5 stars is. 4.5 is that there might be something a little wrong, but I still love the issue. 4 stars usually solid, something I really enjoyed, pretty good issue. 3.5 is like, it's an okay issue, definitely still worth picking up, but it's just okay. 3 stars is what I always say. It could be pick up or don't pick up. It's kind of in the middle. Sometimes I'll say I'm leaning more towards don't pick it up, or I'm leaning more towards pick it up. So 3 is kind of in the middle. That's kind of for me. 2.5 is like, I don't think you should pick this up. It wasn't that good. And then everything lower is just kind of, I didn't like the issue. So 2.5 pretty much means I really didn't like this issue. I don't think you should pick it up. So that's my grading system. And again, with the iPad, I do just organize my comics of what I really liked, what I disliked. It really helps me as I'm reviewing everything, and I kind of organize it as I'm reading everything. So if I, let's see, read Trish Out of Water first, I'll put Trish Out of Water, number 1. Then I read Forever Evil, I like Forever Evil more, but Forever Evil 1, Trish Out of Water 2. So that's kind of how I organize it when I'm reading. Now how do I have like a gut feeling to give something a 4? I think I kind of went over that with, oh, I feel like this is solid, and then sometimes if I just have a blast with the issue, you know, like 700.5 is a simple issue, I had a blast with it, again, that would be my pick of the week, that would be number 5. Some weeks there are something that's so obvious that it's going to be pick of the week, again, like last week where it was Amazing Spider-Man 700.5. I'm like, wow, this is going to be pick of the week. I know it's going to be pick of the week. And then there's some weeks where there's just a lot of great comics and you're like, oh, I want Ultimate Comic Spider-Man to be pick of the week. But no, I really liked Superior Spider-Man. So that's kind of those hard weeks where you're like, I don't know what should be pick of the week. Then there's some weeks like this week, and I think this is not a great week for example, there's only 3 comics, but there's some weeks where it's just like, nothing was too great, so I'll give this pick of the week. And I feel like that's what happened this week with the solid grade of Justice League being pick of the week, but nothing kind of explode and be like, wow, this is awesome, which is kind of expected with Christmas week, because if some people do miss out on comics, which most people probably would, and just skip to next week, then they don't want, I guess people will miss out on too much. So, yeah, this week was kind of a weird week. And then there are those type of weird weeks. So setup-wise, I just kind of talked to the camera. I do have an idea of what I liked and what I disliked. I give a short summary of what I'm talking about. So Forever Evil, give a short summary of what happened. I don't want to give out too many details. But most of the time, sometimes, if I do have a big spoiler, something that would be like internet-wise spoiler, I will say this is a big spoiler, guys. Don't worry. If you don't want to hear it, leave the video or skip. So that will happen. But yeah, most of the time I will reveal what happened on the last page, especially if it's kind of that epic moment. And most of the time they're not humongous spoilers, but I do leave out details, which I think is important as a reviewer, because you don't want to give them the whole comic, because you want them to buy it. So if you enjoy it, you want your viewers to buy the comic. You don't want to give the whole story. So I do leave out details of the comic, and I just talk about what I like and what I dislike, and what I think, again, should be improved in things. And I speculate too. I love speculating. That's one thing I love doing with my reviews, is speculating what will happen next. And I think that does make a review unique, and that's something I do. I do. So that is, I guess, recommendation I would give to reviewers, to speculate on the comic. Also, I would say don't reveal the whole story. I see a lot of reviewers just tell the story, not really tell their opinion. I feel that's one thing that reviewers should do. This is I guess a tip I would give you. Tell your opinion more. Don't reveal the whole comic. Don't say, well, this is what happened and that's it. Tell your opinion. That's tell me what's good, tell me what's bad about it. And I think that's what a review should be. So that's just my opinion on that. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do these type of videos, but also for video-wise, have good lighting, have a cool background, I guess. That's what I did. I don't want like a blank wall, so you get a cool background, obviously good lighting, but you can have a web camera, it doesn't matter. I mean, have good quality, but you know, just start with your reviews, and then you're just going to build up from there. So that's what I would recommend. Just start those reviews if you want to give your opinion. Don't be too scared. Just kind of put yourself out there and start it. So hopefully this did help you guys. That's kind of how I review my comics. And also, just want to say, organization-wise, on Thursdays, I usually read all my comics in one day. So sometimes there will be like 20 comics, and I'll be like, oh my god, how am I going to read all this? But usually, sometimes I'll read some on Wednesday, like stuff I really can't wait for. Sometimes I'll have time for that, but most of the time I'll read everything on Thursday, record everything on Thursday, upload everything, so it's really a whole day affair to do all these reviews. So it is hard work, but if you love it, keep doing it. That's what I love doing it, even though it does take all day, but it doesn't feel like a job. It feels like something I love doing. So love recording it, maybe the uploading part is kind of the part that's a little on the boring side, but everything else is just awesome. So hope you guys enjoyed, and guys, one thing I love is your comments. That's one of the reasons I love doing these reviews, is for comments and hearing your guys' opinions. So please comment, and hope you guys enjoyed. And of course, there'll be another topic video next Thursday, and on DarkAvengerINC on Sunday. Again, hope this helped, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and The Right Situations, and don't forget to like my Facebook page, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.